Hey, look at me. Call me doctor.
What are you, a fucking Somali pirate now?
I'm a doctor, Somali pilot.
Somebody sent you something, so we're
Yeah,
going to check it out and see
check
what
it
it
out.
is.
Well, all I'm going to say is that if it has anything to do with dildos, I will give your address out
Yeah.
on the air. If it doesn't,
Still might.
Sarah and Joe, I will let you know if I appreciate this or not here in just a minute. So we're going to open it.
My understanding was this is going to be some kind of some wedding present for you to try to convince me to marry you or some shit.
Well, close your fucking eyes. Okay? Close your eyes.
I'm not looking.
Well, I don't want you to look. I don't want to rip their address because I would want to make sure if it's like a bomb or something, we know how to find them. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so cool. Hopefully it's a lab coat since I am a doctor.
Have you ever opened a package before, or is this your first time? Hurry up.
Shut up, Dan. Don't look. He's so excited because he thinks he's going to get something.
I'm just sure it's something. It's probably like a puzzle.
This is for you. For sure.
Oop.
Oh.
Bison Union. This is nothing.
I got you 2 of them. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. This is so cool, guys. Oh, my gosh, dude.
I like how they're using Bison Union boxes as stuffing.
Bro, look at this. Fucking grizzly crayons. Hell yeah.
What does that mean, grizzly crayons?
Don't worry about it.
Let's see.
Smell it. It's a candle. I'm going to burn it at my house tonight.
Oh, God, that stinks. It smells like a fucking crayon. What's the point of that?
Dude, you'd have to be a Marine to know it.
I guess.
Oh. Don't look.
Oh, maybe it's a ring.
Don't look. Oh, my gosh, I can't wait.
And a puzzle, obviously.
Look at this puzzle. Look at this fucking puzzle. I don't know how to open it.
Who is this from? Chip and Joanna Gaines? In Waco, Texas?
Murder Castle. Oh, fuck yeah, man.
Is it like a 3D puzzle?
It's not a puzzle. It's a game.
Let's see.
Oh, no, it is. It's a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle. Dude, we got to do this naked.
No, we don't.
You in?
No, I'm not. No to both, my man.
Oh, that smells so good, bro.
And also, that does not smell good.
I'm going to read the card real quick while we're on here. I got the card. I'm going to open it up. This birthday cake tastes like boogers. Well, it is carrot cake.
What?
Dakota, it took a while for the puzzle to get here as it's handmade, but I hope you enjoy it. I got this candle as a joke for Joe, my fiance, for the Marine Corps birthday, and it really smells like crayons. It really does.
Yeah, it does.
Last but not least, I can't say the last part because Dan is going to be so fucking happy. Dan?
All right, well, this is weird. Oh, this didn't really work out for you the first time. No. Get out of here. Or the second time. It'll never work out. No. Get out of here.
Don't make me force it.
I've got a gun.
Don't make me force it, Dan.
Why are you all slippery? What is wrong with you?
Because it's hot. Because
Why are you so slippery? I'm living in the same conditions you are, and I'm completely dry.
I was so nervous to propose to you.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
The answer's no.
Did you say, really?
Obviously. Yeah, because you're
What the fuck?
a dude, and also
I'll save it for the next dude.
I've got one of those. We should put that on the set, though.
Yeah,
that's pretty funny.
Set.
That's pretty funny. Is that moissanite or cubic zirconia?
So just so y'all know, because Dan wants to point out that I'm hot and sweaty, we are in the only room of this fucking studio that is 150 degrees. It was literally so fucking hot up here that Giorgio, who is sitting back behind the camera, was up there in his shorts and no fucking t-shirt. Like, that's how fucking hot it is.
Dakota, so that's because I had to use my fan to fan you off, or my shirt to fan you off.
Anyways, so she said, I think this ring will make Dan a happy girl. Good luck on the proposal. Thank you so much, Sarah and Joe. You all are so badass. I'm going to start the puzzle tonight.
That's pretty funny. Brittany will be here this weekend, but we're looking at houses, so I don't know. Actually, we'll be out towards your way a little bit. There's a place. Let's see.
Well, the only way I'm fighting her is if I'm fighting her for you.
I mean, that's kind of up to her as well.
Dan, are you about to dox your future home in Dakota in one sentence?
No, I'm just going to see how close our places are together. Well, this place that I'm looking at right now anyways. Let's see. Dakota Meyer. Let's see. Who is this stupid piece of shit? This is your new number. God damn it. I'm looking for your old address here. I've got it on my phone.
So, my address?
Yeah.
Why do you need it?
I'm going to tell you how far apart we're about to live. If this, it looks like I'm going to get a place somewhere. I guess it's actually kind of near where Ross lives. So.
Oh, it's not near me.
I mean, that's like 30 minutes, right?
Yeah, it's far enough. Far enough for me to sneak over in your house at night.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to get destroyed.
Well, I think you'd be the one getting destroyed.
I guess it depends on what you mean by destroyed.
Sounds like I'll be on my way.
Why? You're turning into a real creep.
Yeah?
And I don't appreciate you guys in the audience helping him out either.
Why don't you call me fucking doctor?
Because you're not. I did see you on Fox News this morning, though.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, well, let's talk a bit more about...
Redefining terrorism?
Yeah.
What about...
On Wednesday, we talked about the whole Afghanistan shit. So just keep that in mind as you're listening to this stuff, because the Homeland Security bulletin that came out this week, actually last week, end of last week, trying to redefine what the domestic terrorism threats are. And we're seeing already this massive amount of Afghans just being shipped into the country.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Reuters reports that the Taliban's taking control of all of the computer systems that the government there had, and it contains all of like the digital and biometric information for all of these fucking people that were working with the Afghan government and thus the American government.
That's not
good. Luck. I wonder how many of those bat and hide system we left there so they can pass them out at the fucking Taliban checkpoints and scan people as they're coming through. God, we fucked that up badly.
Dude, we fucked everything up.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, DHS bulletin put out on August 13th. Anytime the government puts out something on a Friday, you know they're trying to hide it, by the way. That's how that works. They want it to be outside of the major news cycle. This one is kind of a problem. We've kind of scoffed at these assholes a number of times before about how they're redefining what domestic terrorism is and what, like, white nationalism, for example, has been stated as one of the primary, if not the primary, threats domestically, right? When it comes to terrorism, there are less than 10,000 members of white nationalist organizations in the country. What the fuck? 10,000 people? That's what we're in a country of 330 million, where, I don't know, 704 Russians were caught trying to illegally cross the border just in July. And white nationalists are our fucking problem.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Jesus Christ. Anyways, so on August 13th, the Secretary of Homeland Security issued a new National Terrorism Advisory System, or NTAS, bulletin outlining new terror threats. The bulletin states that the combination of the 20th anniversary of September 11th attacks, as well as the upcoming religious holidays, could serve as a catalyst for terrorist attacks. Now, that's a pretty standard bulletin.
Yeah.
That goes out every single year. Killcliff. The threats include those posed by domestic terrorists, individuals and groups engaged in grievance-based violence, and those inspired or motivated by foreign terrorists and other malign foreign influences. Now, The Nadal Hassan thing at Fort Hood, that's still not considered a workplace violence incident.
Which is crazy.
Like, those people still haven't been taken care of.
Yeah.
Even though he was radicalized by the man who Obama dropped a bomb on, who is an American citizen, right? I mean, nothing. None of this is going to make sense. That's what I'm preparing you for.
It's just all fucked up. But here's the thing, right? Terrorism, all these things are nothing more than trigger words. Like, it's just, it's like all this stuff is nothing. It's just like I said this morning on Fox News. It's like the Afghanistan has been nothing more than a political football.
Yeah.
Just like national terrorism. This is like a political football of like, who can make this whatever the whatever the social issues are of this party, who can make it the most extreme, right? Who can put the biggest label on it?
Yeah, so they do focus groups and polling to find out what people care about,
Yeah.
and then they go find those things out there and then start leveraging resources against it.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't necessarily mean that is a real threat.
Yeah.
That just means that the media has drummed up this idea of widespread white nationalism, and now all of a sudden we're dedicating resources to a problem that is about the same size as the mafia was at its height.
Yeah.
This is fucking retarded. Anyways,
I mean, it's a good thing. Like, if this is really our biggest threat,
yeah, no shit, right? But it's not, unfortunately.
fucking winning.
The introduction to the bulletin also states that such threats. The bulletin claims these groups are increasingly exploiting online forums to influence and spread violent extremist narratives and promote violent activity. So maybe Jen Psaki, instead of petitioning Facebook and other social media groups to ban people who don't want to get vaccinated or wear masks, right? Ban them from all social media. Maybe she should be worried about the fact that the Taliban public relations guy still has a Twitter account and the former president of the United States doesn't.
Yeah.
For example.
Yeah.
Or maybe address the fact that they continue to refer to an insurrection that was conducted allegedly by the most armed population and the most armed subsect of that population on Earth, and not one person brought a gun.
Yeah.
Maybe dedicate some resources and thinking to that.
Bro, I'll bet you. Let's make a bet. I bet you this administration recognizes the Taliban as the government.
Well, I mean, Trump already did that.
Yeah.
To be fair, I mean, he invited the leaders of the Taliban to Camp David. He released the guy who was the fucking leader of the Taliban right now, was released by Obama, I think, during the Bo Bergdahl exchange.
Yep.
I mean,
Surprise. Surprise.
Yeah, and then, man, speaking of Fox News, I saw Karl Rove on there this week. Karl Rove, who is the campaign manager for George W. Bush and the Deputy White House Chief of Staff. Like, the first few minutes of his analysis on Afghanistan was to try to defend their position.
Yeah.
And like a full-scale invasion there, and
dude, the problem is
no mention of starting a war with Iraq in the middle of it. By the way,
the problem is that we had that war over with. Like, we went in, we should have just left it.
Yeah,
like, went in, we did what we did, fucking haul ass out. You know, everybody seen the movie 12 Soldiers?
Yeah,
dude, we had their ass kicked. And like, here's the other thing. We all, like, I don't know about when you were there, but...
Well, I was never in Afghanistan.
Okay, so when I was there, they all knew the Taliban were just sitting back waiting. We've been talking about pulling out forever, and the Taliban was literally just sitting back waiting. They played the long game on us.
Yeah.
And they're literally just sitting back waiting for us to leave and do this. This is called, we were playing checkers while they were playing chess.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. The introduction to the bulletin also states that such threats are exacerbated by impacts of the ongoing global pandemic, including grievances over public health safety measures and perceived government restrictions. So this is very subtle language that is trying to introduce the idea that if somebody doesn't comply with the government's version of science, right, which is not our thing, science is science. The government doesn't dictate that. And science itself doesn't isn't to be trusted. Science demands that everything we believe be criticized at all times and questioned at all times.
Yeah.
Right? There's no bigger we'll see institution on Earth or in the existence of fucking the universe than science. Anyways, this is them trying to introduce the idea that if you don't get vaccinated, or if you don't wear a mask, or if you do those things but speak out and say that people shouldn't be mandated to do them, then now you're on that fucking gray line of domestic terrorist.
So it's like, yeah, if you don't agree with me.
Labeling somebody that you don't agree with, who's committed no violent act, as a potential domestic terrorist.
Yeah,
that is the fucking fundamental basis of an autocratic takeover of a country. That's what happened in Germany. You start labeling these people as X, Y, and Z, and then you subtly label X, Y, and Z as the enemy of the state, right? So you don't say that Jews are the enemy of the state, or that anti-vaxxers or anti-mask people are enemy of the state. You say that anti-masking is an enemy of the state, and then you start labeling people after the fact as anti-maskers. This is how they fucking pull this bullshit over and over and over again and weaponize it against the people in their countries.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you just have to wonder, like, who the fuck is, not only who's writing this, but who the fuck's approving this?
Yeah, man. I mean, look, General Milley's out there talking about critical race theory.
Yeah.
So that guy's a fucking cunt too. I mean,
yeah,
what do you expect
terrible.
out of these people?
What do you expect out of them?
So the bulletin does, if you want to go read it. It mentions 9/11 and religious holidays and stuff like that, but the vast majority of this bulletin highlights anti-government sentiment as the greatest threat. And the alert is scheduled to last from this previous Friday, August the 13th, until November the 11th, which is Veterans Day. I don't know why they would pick that date. That's kind of weird, isn't it?
Wow. That is weird.
Isn't that odd that they would pick Veterans Day as the day that this alert ends?
That's weird.
Maybe there's some reason. Maybe it's just because it's 2 months
sure.
after September 11th.
I'm sure that's logical. I'm sure there's logic to it, Dan.
I doubt it.
Dan, I'm sure there's science to it, and logic and facts. You know, all those words that matter. Don't you think?
Probably not. So here's some of the details in the bulletin. We'll go through these, and then we'll go to do some sponsors and stuff. So bulletin details through the remainder of 2021, which is past Veterans Day, so I don't know what this means, but racial or ethnically motivated violent extremists are RMVEs. The government loves its fucking acronyms, doesn't it? An anti-government or anti-authority violent extremists will remain a national priority for the U.S. Anti-authority,
Yeah.
violent extremists.
What does that mean?
I don't know. People like burning down cities because they don't like police, maybe. That would be anti-authority violent extremists.
For sure.
Why aren't any of these fucking people in jail?
Yeah.
Why did Hollywood and the liberal media fucking run a concerted effort to bail these motherfuckers out of prison, or jail rather, all summer last year? And now all of a sudden DHS puts out this bulletin. Because now it's people fighting back against real government oppression.
Yeah.
And not small instances of shithead cops. Good God, man. We're going to have to fucking fight these people.
That's it.
Jesus fucking Christ. And the sad thing about that is, it's like you're in a fucking, it's like you're at a bar at a fucking football game or something, and this really drunk asshole's next to you causing problems, and you're like just kind of hoping to yourself, man, I hope this guy just shut. I don't want to get involved in this shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want this. He certainly doesn't want it. But now he's got his fucking, his beer balls on. He thinks he's a fucking tough guy because he's drunk with power. Ego is overflowing. And we see what that hubris leads to. We saw it in fucking Afghanistan this week. We thought Biden's like, oh, you need tanks and airplanes and nuclear weapons to fight a government. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? The fucking ISIS has done it. The Taliban has done it. Fucking before ISIS, Iraqi insurgents did it. Vietnam did it. Korea did it. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Small arms, I can fight a government all goddamn day.
Yep.
All you need is the will.
And
that hubris is what's led to this shit. They thought, what, that the Taliban was just going to let everybody get out peacefully? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. The bulletin claims these extremists may seek to exploit the emergence of COVID-19 variants by viewing the potential reestablishment of public health restrictions across the U.S. as a rationale to conduct attacks. Good Lord. So while there are protests going on nationwide over mask mandates, lockdown restrictions, vaccination passports, and nothing but peaceful protests happening here in the U.S. By the way, the one in L.A., Antifa showed up, and there was still only like a couple of scuffles at these anti-mask rallies. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I just don't get this stuff. I mean, I do get it, though. They're trying to weaponize fear.
Well, that's what it's about, right?
That's what it's all about.
Fear.
Always.
You know what fear makes? Money.
Yeah. If it bleeds, it leads, right? It is noted that some RMVEs have used online forums to advocate for race war and have stated that civil disorder provides opportunities to engage in violence in support of their ideological objectives, but does not state which groups are responsible. So basically what they're saying is don't fucking protest mask mandates and lockdowns. Don't cause a scene because you'll allow fucking bad actors to come in and take advantage of the chaos. I'll give you Exhibit A, the fucking southern border of the United States, where again, 700 plus Russian illegal immigrants tried to cross in July alone. Are you fucking kidding me? They've stirred up a hornet's nest at the border in this country, which has, over the last 25 years, created a criminal smuggling class that is far smarter and better than Border Patrol, frankly.
For sure.
Right, they're defeating Border Patrol in the same way that the fucking cartels have been defeating the DEA for 60 years.
But I would also say, again, like, they're not playing with rules.
No, exactly.
Same thing like Afghanistan. Like, we were having to play with fucking rules and having to play with, you know, all these regulations, and they're playing for keeps.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's, I think that, I mean, we really had no, I don't know, like, yeah, anyways.
We had no plan, brother.
Well, obviously we had no plan.
We'll talk about that, or we talked about that on Wednesday quite a bit. But, yeah, there's a good, I hate to quote fucking video games, but in the last Call of Duty game, one of the cutscenes, the black kid, says, you can tell us where to fight and when to fight, but not how.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you showed up to your mechanic.
Well, like when you come to my doctor's office and you try to tell me how to practice fucking medicine.
If you show up to
don't do it.
If you show up to a mechanic and you're like, hey, I want my car fixed. This is my car. I want it fixed on this date and this location. Okay, cool. We'll do that. But you don't show up and tell them how to fucking fix it, do you?
No, and it's the same thing. Like, dude, you come to me and you're like, hey, I need this checked out. I need my leg looked at, and I need it to be checked out, or I need my prostate checked. You don't tell me how to fucking do it, Dan. I just do it because I'm the doctor and you're fucking not.
I'm just putting this here in case. So
Dakota, I thought you liked it when he told you how to check his prostate.
No, he knows how to do that.
I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He learned from Bert Coons. It's called a digital rectal exam, DRE.
Ah.
Should feel like the tip of your nose. That's what Bert taught us. Anyways, continuing on this nonsense, the bulletin states that the reopening of public institutions could provide increased targets of opportunity, but there are currently no credible or imminent threats that have been identified. This is fucking...
So hold on.
This is fucking Billy Madison, dude.
So hold on.
Like, that Veronica Vaughn is one piece of ass. I know from experience. Like, no, you don't. Yeah, but you could imagine if you did. No.
I think, I mean, that's like them saying, it's like the Space Force.
Yeah.
Like, right? like,
so stupid.
Like, what enemy do you train for?
Well, I mean, we're training to fight Russia and China in space.
But either way, like aliens.
I mean, you know, I'm not trying to fight aliens.
You're not?
I'm trying to make love to aliens.
Yeah, you imagine being
Brittany's
the first,
agreed to this. I'll be the first. If I run into an alien, I get to bang one out.
You imagine being
That's my hall pass.
You imagine being the first dude to fuck an alien.
Dude, I would fucking retire right then. Like, you get free meals from Applebee's, right? On Veterans Day, I get free meals from Olive Garden every day. Because when you're here, you're fucking family, bro. After you fucking alien, you get free shit for life. That's what I say.
But what happens? What happens if when you fuck aliens? It's like when I think bees, like when they
male bees' balls explode.
Yeah. What happens if that's what Dan beats me to fuck the first alien and his balls explode?
Worth it. Worth it.
Oh yeah.
Giorgio's having an involuntary muscle spasm in his deltoid there, probably because his clavicle is sticking about 6 inches up. Like it's almost like it's almost like traps at this point.
What happened?
He broke it like 1,000 years ago. Look at that shit.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, you're a doctor. Fix it.
Let me see. Let me look at it.
Oh, you're gonna die.
Yeah, actually, just come to my clinic and I'll.
So think about this shit. They're talking about. DHS is saying we can't reopen public institutions, not even because of COVID anymore, but because these people might take advantage of the fact that public institutions are open and conduct terrorism. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? That is always a threat.
Always.
That is always a threat. That's like saying to look both ways before you cross the fucking street. You don't have to put that shit down, and you certainly don't put it down when there's no fucking direct evidence that somebody's planning that sort of attack. The foreign and domestic threat actors placed under increased scrutiny due to the alert include foreign intelligence services, which they're always under scrutiny, international terrorist groups, also always under scrutiny, and domestic violent extremists, DVEs.
DVEs.
I would love to see a list of who they consider to be DVEs.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I mean...
Because you're seeing it in this document. You're seeing it as the people that are anti-authority.
Yeah, who don't want to just go along with the sheep.
Yeah. So the bulletin states that these actors have continued to introduce, amplify, and disseminate narratives online that promote violence and have called for violence against elected officials, political representatives, government facilities, law enforcement, religious communities, and perceived ideologically opposed individuals. Also mentioned are continued non-specific calls for violence on online platforms associated with DVE ideologies or conspiracy theories about election fraud and the alleged reinstatement of Donald Trump. By the way, that date came and went. No Trump reinstatement, so we're all done with that now. Like, why are they putting this in here? That's like,
yeah. Why do they name a president?
Although foreign terrorists are briefly mentioned, the bulletin highlights ideologically motivated domestic violent extremists fueled by personal grievances and extreme ideological beliefs, who it is claimed are getting information online regarding the use of improvised explosive devices and small arms. Now, if you're planning an attack and you're trying to figure out how to shoot a rifle from YouTube,
we're not worried about you.
You might be fucked, brother.
Yeah.
That's probably not the best way to go about that.
That's where I learned.
Yeah. The use of online messaging platforms is mentioned multiple times as a threat, national security, and particularly the dissemination of information not endorsed by the government. So now, what is the implication of making this statement?
Mean?
What's the implication of this statement? That the government should be the approving party for private communications, right? And because these private communications are being used as a means to discuss possible plans, now they get to just blanket spy on everybody. This is the fucking Patriot Act.
Yeah.
The Democrats right now, through the Department of Homeland Security, are remaking the case for the fucking Patriot Act. Do not let them fucking tell you any differently, because that's exactly what the fuck this is.
Did they?
This is the same language they used in the fucking Patriot Act, which Joe Biden, by the way, voted for. Hillary Clinton, by the way, voted for. God damn it. Can we stop pretending that any of these people give a fuck about you or me?
Yeah.
Well, we got to make the hard decisions sometimes, and they're unpopular. There is only one decision to be made, and that is whether or not you're going to be an American. And if you're going to be an American, you dedicate yourself primarily to liberty above all else, even above security.
Yep.
It's also mentioned that law enforcement have expressed concerns that the broader sharing of false narratives and conspiracy theories will gain traction in the mainstream environment, which could lead individuals to our groups embracing violent tactics. So they're already trying to frame this narrative that if the government tries to restrict your movements, right, to tell you you can't go in public unless you get a fucking experimental vaccine, that you have to wear a mask, right, all this stuff. The Biden administration has talked about ceasing interstate travel for people who are not vaccinated, things like that, right? If you rebel against that, if you protest against that, if people try to come stop you physically from doing shit that you're plenty entitled to do, and you fight back, now you're a terrorist. That's what they're trying to do right here. Make no fucking mistake. They're trying to lay the groundwork so that when you buck them later on, they can call you a terrorist.
Yeah.
Because that word carries so much weight.
Yeah.
That's like calling somebody a racist or a rapist these days.
Yeah. And they're trying, you notice that they're trying to wrap this up, like they've got the people who would be having to enforce this.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're protecting you. We're protecting you. Fuck them.
If somebody from the government comes to you and tells you that they have your best interest in mind, come with us, we'll protect you, run the other fucking way.
It's like saying the VA.
Yeah, right.
The VA. Like, I would never work at the VA.
We had a guy on Drinking Bros this week, former FBI agent, who went over to the VA's IG department afterwards and discovered doctors and nurses wholesale murdering people in VA clinics all over the country. Not neglect, murder, right? I'm all set on government, bro. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Motherfucker. Only one short entry is dedicated to actual foreign terrorism, which states that leading up to the...
We don't have many enemies.
Yeah. Leading up to the anniversary of the 9/11 attacks, Al-Qaeda released its first English-language copy of Inspire magazine in over 4 years. Now, do you think Al-Qaeda might, maybe, I don't know, fucking get back involved in the Afghan government? Hard to say.
I would say so. Maybe.
This bulletin states that this evidence that the terrorist organization is still attempting to influence the U.S.-based individuals susceptible to violent extremist ideologies. Of course they are, dude.
Wow, thanks, Captain Obvious.
I mean, what the fuck? Those are like things, you write a report to fit your narrative, and then you just add in the other stuff. But like, oh, yeah, but I mean, we mentioned fucking Al-Qaeda. What do you want from us, man? I want the truth. But apparently I can't handle it, so.
You can't. It's like, you remember that Burger King commercial where it's, you can't handle the rodeo burger?
I mean, I remember Jack Nicholson.
Do you remember the rodeo burger?
Talking to Tom Cruise. The rodeo burger with the onion rings and the barbecue sauce and bacon. Yeah, of course I do.
You can't handle the rodeo burger.
I could, though, and I proved it every single day.
Yeah.
As soon as that commercial came out, I went to McDonald's every day for 6 months and ate one of those right in front of the staff.
It's Burger King.
Yeah, but Burger King wouldn't have believed me. I was proving it to McDonald's. The first step in an insurgency is gaining patronage, motherfucker. Like, I can't fight that war alone. I need McDonald's, the largest food chain on earth, on my side.
Hey.
Didn't work. They told me to get the fuck out.
Hey,
why are you bringing Burger King burgers into McDonald's? I'm like, because I'm a fucking soldier, goddammit. And they just told me to leave.
Hey, I've never fucked a mother, so don't call me a motherfucker, okay?
Well, that's not true.
So I'll tell you what is true, though.
Ghost bed.
Is it Ghost Bed's the best fucking bed on the planet?
It sure is.
And that's coming straight from a fucking doctor. Ghost Bed's by far the best bed on the planet. Honestly, it cures cancer. And,
I've never wanted to die more than I do right now.
Well, good thing I'm here to save you.
Thank you. Now, Ghost Bed, they're doing a bundle push again.
40% off?
Yeah, they've been a sponsor for over 5 years. You guys know who they are.
Yeah,
every mattress has a 20-year warranty. You can try it out for 101 nights. And if you don't like it, you can send that shit back. No hard feelings. Obviously, living in Texas, I wish I had a Ghost Bed up here. I wish this couch was a Ghost Bed so I can fucking sit on it.
And not be sweating my
ass off. It's the cooling mattresses are the best. They also offer bundles so you can get everything you need. You don't even really have to think about it. Just choose from the 4 mattresses. I recommend the Ghost Lux or the 3D Matrix. Those are the 2 cooling mattresses. So,
do you have a puzzle? Do you think your Ghost Bed, we can do the puzzle in your bed?
You'll have to talk to Brittany about that, but yeah, probably.
Perfect. Let's do it.
Just choose from their 4 mattresses, whether you need a mattress or a frame, or you want it all, like the cooling pillows, the sheets, the protector. They have a what do you call it? Mattress pad now, everything. You get the best bang for your buck with this bundle deal. So right now, GhostBed is offering a flash sale, 40% off GhostBed bundles, where you get a mattress and the adjustable base. If you don't need the adjustable base, or you've got a mattress and you want the adjustable base, still 30% off everything if you use the code DrinkItBros at ghostbed.com/.
But you can also adjust either side, like where you want it at.
Yeah, that's so. That's what I have a king bed in it right now. but Brittany likes her bed a little bit softer than mine. So we're going to get 2 twins, right? Yeah. Or 2 fulls, whatever the fuck it is. And on her side, she's going to put the mattress pad over it to make it softer, but mine will just be the regular one. And then
like a
bingo
pee pad,
bongo.
like a pee pad.
Well, it's made out of the same material that the Ghost, that the 3D.
Do you ever pee your bed?
No, I never did. Yeah, I slept walk and peed in the corner of rooms though when I was a child. But anyways, she'll have her side a little bit softer. I'll have my side a little more firm. We're all good to go. So if that's your situation too, and you can't figure out like, hey, he likes this kind of bed, I like this kind of bed. It's made out of the 3D matrix material, the topper is, and it's also cooling. So you're not going to lose that cooling feature. Buy a mattress for like $35 a month when you use their fucking 36-month pay-as-you-go plan, provided you have even relatively decent credit. So go check it out, ghostbed.com/drinkerbros. Use the code drinkerbros for that 30% off, or for the flash sale 40% off bundle. Do it. Quit fucking around.
Fucking do it.
You're also going to want to drink some Cartamax, probably.
Oh, bro. I drink Cartamax all the time, especially the immune booster. I think, as a doctor myself, I think that the Cartamax immune booster is way, way better than the COVID vaccine.
Yeah, that's probably actually true.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, if you say that this is kind of a silly thing to say, but if you add the immune booster to just having had COVID before, you're definitely better protected than with the vaccine, because that's how that science works. But yeah, there's no better way to make sure that you're taking care of yourself, right, than taking this immune booster. It is coming up on the season for real viral activity when it starts to cool down a little bit. That's when viruses really start to spread and stuff like that. And the stronger we've seen it through this whole COVID process, the stronger your immune system is, generally speaking, which means being fit and healthy, eating the right foods, and supplementing with the right immune boosters will fucking prevent any kind of major issues with this stuff. That's just how it is, man. So
Facts.
Cartamax Immune Booster uses all natural ingredients that increase the body's ability to adapt to stressors, increase muscle endurance, and provide other immune system benefits, homeostasis, stuff like that. Owned and operated by former Navy SEAL, fellow drinking bro Sean Matson. You all know him. Cartamax Immune Booster comes in an easy-to-mix liquid packet and 2 great flavors, orange and watermelon. I like the orange.
I like the watermelon.
Yep. And easy to take on the road if you travel a lot, or if you're a truck driver or a cop or somebody that works in their car, drives a lot or whatever. It's easy to keep on you all the time. You don't have to worry about keeping it refrigerated. You just stop at the grocery store, get a bottle of water, fill that bitch up, move on with your life. So Cartamax is offering American Party a new deal. The BOGO's over. But right now, you get an exclusive offer, 30% off your next 4 orders. Go to cartamax.com. Use the promo code American. That's CARDOMAX.com. Use the promo code American. You're going to get 30% off each of your next 4 orders. Cartamax.com, helping you achieve your climax. Do you like how I ASMR'd climax?
Yeah, I thought it was kind of stupid.
Well,
but
shove that ring up your ass then. That was your one shot and you fucked it up. Sorry.
I got on my fucking knees for you.
Well, you shouldn't have done that.
Knee.
Yeah. Yeah, you shouldn't get on both knees. That's a whole different arrangement there, brother.
It is? It is?
Go find some R&B songs and see if... I mean, getting on your knees is begging forgiveness, I guess. Right? But also...
I was begging you to love me.
Also chugging dong is what happens on your knees. That sound. I learned that from Call Her Daddy.
What
do they call it? What does she call it? What does Alexandria call it? The fucking unk or some
what,
gluck or some shit. I don't know what she says, but it's really funny.
I don't get that sound. Like, were you drinking water?
Oh no, that's because your wiener doesn't hit the back of her throat. Sorry. She's either got a long mouth or
you put it in their mouth?
You're definitely not getting that sponsorship next year.
You put it in their mouth?
I let them. Well, not them, just the one, obviously.
I just do puzzles, dude. I'm more respectful. I like to respect women.
I'm sweating too much to listen to this nonsense.
Why are you sweating?
Because it's 1,000 goddamn degrees up
Oh,
here.
well, you just talk shit about me sweating at the first of the fucking show.
Yeah, now we're
asshole.
fucking 40 minutes into it.
Yeah.
Now I'm sweating because we've been active. You came up here and sat down and you were already a sweaty mess.
Bro, I've been active. I had to go up and down those stairs like 2 fucking times. I had to do 10 push-ups. I had to open the fucking box.
Wait, why did you have to do 10 push-ups?
Because Ray.
Oh, is Ray watching? Does he have cameras in here?
No.
Ray's coming to Nashville, by the way, for that for Rob O'Neill's charity golf thing. Are you coming? Bert's gonna come. It's September the 27th. Why not?
Why?
Because it's fucking fun, bro. What do you mean why?
Your friends are going to be there. People
Rob
get to see
O'Neill's
you.
gonna be there.
Who's she?
Robin.
Some chick that shot Bin Laden in the face twice.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Or 3 times maybe. But let's see. Johnny Damon, former baseball player,
Never heard of
friend of ours, gonna be there. John Daly,
Never heard of him.
best golfer in the history of golf or
never heard of him.
alcohol. I'm pretty sure that John Daly is exactly what the Scottish had in mind when they invented golf.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this should be a leisure, fun activity. Let's get fucking day drunk, bro. Golf is brunch for men. That's what I think. Right? John Daly's going to be there. Kid Rock will be there.
Who's she?
You can't just keep saying that. These are
I
all
can.
dudes. Kid Rock always shows out. He's got a General Lee golf cart, which is hilarious. Like last year, he showed up in one of the 3 General Lee cars he bought from the fucking show. And then everyone's like, oh, cool, it's a General Lee. Let's all take pictures. And he's like, I'll be right back. And he goes over to the fucking garage and drives a goddamn General Lee golf cart out. And everyone's like, come on, man. Seriously? What do you got, a General Lee fucking bag, too? And he did.
I got generally underwear.
You know, with him, I wouldn't be surprised.
Do you wear underwear?
Yeah. I keep my dick and balls
I wouldn't know. It's usually
Tucked.
dark and you always have them off.
tucked up in there. Anyways, back to the show. DHS's response. The DHS bulletin outlines the planned response to threats mentioned in the report. So, DHS will continue to identify and evaluate calls for violence, including online activity associated with the spread of disinformation. I don't know why that one's the first bullet point. Why is the spread of disinformation the first bullet point on Department of Homeland Security's internal threat memo?
Conspiracy theories.
Conspiracy theories and false narratives by known or suspected threat actors and provide updated information as necessary. So they're creating a 2-way fucking pathway right here. One is people that we would assume to be violent extremists. One are people who question the government's narrative. And they're trying to conflate the two. They're trying to make them seem the same.
Cities? What about people who take over large portions of a city and don't let people elected by the state, city, whatever, show up into that? What about them? Like, is that not domestic terrorist?
It would be interesting to see a report on how many of the people involved in the autonomous zones in Seattle and Portland actually went to jail, because that is literal domestic terrorism.
That is no different than the shit we went and fought over.
Yeah,
in
they set up
Afghanistan.
checkpoints, armed checkpoints, around an area inside of a United States city.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What
We
about
should have
Chicago?
bulldozed. Well, Chicago has been a war zone for fucking 40 years now, dude.
Dude, every time I see Lori,
Beetlejuice? Don't say her name 3 times. She'll pop up in the fucking corner.
I bet you would sleep with her.
No, not a chance. DHS continues to encourage the public to maintain awareness of the evolving threat environment and report suspicious activity. So it's like that Facebook thing that came out 2 weeks ago. Is one of your friends a violent extremist? Did you see that shit?
Yeah.
Like, I don't, by your definition, I guess all of my friends are violent extremists. Shit. If they have the audacity and temerity to question the fucking government's narrative,
You're a terrorist.
I guess. Well, let's fucking do this then, bro.
You ready?
I mean, the founding fathers were terrorists, and they seem to work it out all right.
Yeah, let's do it.
They had a pretty good
When do
reputation.
you want to start? Listen, start with the American Party.
Yeah. I mean, this is all nonsense, right? This is somebody shouting in the corner of a room, and really all it takes is for somebody with the big enough voice to just tell them to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And to be honest, that's all of us. That's the silent majority. I don't really worry too much about all this stuff, because we are the ones that know how to fight, man. You know what I mean? It's like, you motherfuckers can't fight.
No.
You take the average NCO from a Marine Corps infantry unit, or from a good Army unit, like the 82nd Airborne or one of these, and that even a sergeant, an E5, has learned enough by passing the board to E5, or in the Marine Corps case, the E4 board to corporal, to conduct small arms confrontations. Like, we can do an entire assault on our own.
Yeah. I mean,
not that we would, and that's not, obviously, if we were going to do that, if that was the fucking plan, that shit would have happened 10 years ago, motherfucker.
Most of these people couldn't even sit up here on this couch for an hour and do this show with how fucking hot it is.
I know, right?
Most couldn't, but we do.
Well, this is our crucible, Dakota.
Yeah.
Your cross to bear.
No, well, the crucible is a reference to Marine Corps basic training.
Yeah, it's
maybe educate yourself.
Yeah,
since you work for a company that's owned by veterans, you piece of shit.
Garbage.
It's a lot to learn.
Yeah, live and learn. Actually, live, laugh, love. If you get the time. I don't know.
Not a big fan of Indian food.
I love Indian food. So the DHS this is another thing they said in the report. They're coordinating with state and local law enforcement and public safety partners to maintain situational awareness of potential violence in their jurisdictions and maintain open lines of communication with federal partners. Again, where was this last summer?
Yeah.
When people were literally taking over cities, when Minneapolis had multiple police stations burned down, when the federal building and the Democratic headquarters in Seattle got burned, or in Portland got fucking burned down, or at least attempted to get burned down.
Where was this at?
In the Pacific Northwest.
Where was this at?
Oh, where was this at? Yeah, exactly. Where were these fucking... Back then, you had Jerry Nadler, that little fucking gnome in Congress, saying that Antifa is an idea and doesn't exist as an organization, right? And you had the Department of Homeland Security putting out notices that white supremacists are the biggest threat. Yeah. While there were active occupations of U.S. cities by domestic terrorists.
It's fucking nuts.
Like, going on right then. That's some real Iraqi fucking Bob bullshit.
Yeah.
Do you remember that guy during the invasion in 2003 where there's fucking tanks behind him and he's like, nah, there's no Americans here. What are you talking about, man?
Yeah.
Fucking look over here. It's magician's patter. That's all it is. DHS is also advancing authoritative sources of information to debunk and, when possible, preempt false narratives and intentional disinformation.
That's the shit. I mean, that's what they're using Facebook and YouTube and all that shit for.
So the government's now involved in deciding what is and isn't true.
Yes. How crazy is that?
And then they're involved in deciding what you can and can't see based on what they consider to be true or not. Mm-hmm. And then they're calling anybody that disagrees with that a potential terrorist threat.
Yeah.
Do you see what's happening here? If there's no real threat, but you want to take out your enemy, you propagandize your enemy into a threat. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately for them, the enemy here is liberty, and liberty will persist. There's no version of this country where liberty does not persist.
I mean, but they, like... Look, I kind of look forward to the day, and this is my opinion on it, because all these weak motherfuckers are going to get taken out. Mm-hmm. We're going to be fine. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not worried about it.
No, not at all.
Because all these fucking idiots who can't even think, like, dude, I was looking on Instagram today, and there's like a guy posting... Looking for someone to teach me tactics for whenever they start taking over. I want to learn. I've been doing some hand-to-hand stuff. It's like, bro, it's a little too fucking late. Like,
yeah, I mean, look.
I got you. Want to learn, defend? Got it.
You should. I mean, if you're out there, but you can get yourself in a Brazilian jiu-jitsu class. Everybody should be doing this stuff anyways.
But it's just funny, like how because it's trending or it's like it all of a sudden seems like it's a problem.
Yeah.
They want to do something now.
Well, I mean, I think it's a problem that if people are approaching it in the same way that...
Oh, it's winter coming. Let's go get coats.
Yeah, it's like the thoughts and prayers kind of situation. Yeah. Like, if you're going to fucking go be about it, man. Go to fucking Tim Kennedy school.
But you don't just go to one fucking class
Go learn some...
It.
No,
like you don't... Sure. It's a way of life.
It's a lifestyle for sure. So commit to it. You should. And you should commit your children to it as well.
Like you don't just go get your concealed carry license and then fucking all of a sudden now you're the protector of the world.
Right. No, all of these are perishable skills.
Yeah.
And I like... That's why it's so fucking stupid that you got heat for that bullshit before, because what you're actually saying is, dude, these aren't fucking props.
Yeah.
This isn't You can't fucking. Things are too serious now to be out there LARPing. If you're into it, be into it.
Yeah.
But if you're posting like fucking filtered photos of you and Kit at the range on Facebook and Instagram for clout, wrong answer, bro. Do your training.
It's kind of like the gun bunnies.
Yeah, it's just a fucking gun bunny. That's all it is. Be a fucking, like, actually commit to it, and you will have my respect. But the problem is that the people who are actually committed to it, by and large, aren't posting shit on the internet all day.
No, because if you're committed to it, why would you want to post a bunch of photos on the internet for whenever they go through and they scan all of it and say who the fuck we need to find, right?
Yeah, exactly. So here's the part that really, I mean, all of this concerns me. This stuff starts to get weird. So DHS is creating educational materials and providing them to promote resilience to the risk associated with interacting with and spreading disinformation, conspiracy theories, and false narratives. This is thought police.
Yeah.
They are fucking
Telling
making education materials to give out to people to tell them what it is and is okay, is and is not okay to think. This is thought police, dude. This is fucking Brave New World. This is 1984 bullshit.
Yep.
And it's happening right in front of our faces. These were not instruction manuals. They were fucking warnings, God damn it.
Yep.
Finally, DHS maintains committed to identifying and preventing terrorism and targeted violence while protecting the privacy, civil rights, and civil liberties of all persons. I've got 2 words for you, motherfucker. It is Patriot Act. Go fuck yourself. You've lost all credibility, guys. Like, nobody believes your bullshit anymore. God damn it. And then they get into what individuals can do. DHS is asking individuals to report suspicious activity and threats of violence, including online threats to local law enforcement, FBI field offices, or local fusion centers. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Gestapo.
Yep.
It is an organization and an institution inside of government whereby Americans can tattle on Americans for not obeying the fucking thought police.
It gets better. They're also asking that if you know someone who is struggling with mental health issues or may be in danger to themselves or others, to seek support. Oh, now they care.
No.
This is fucking
nuts. That is just a preemption for red flag laws. That's all.
I love the tips at the end. Mm-hmm. The bulletin ends with these tips. Be prepared for emergency situations and remain aware of circumstances that may place you at risk.
That's a good tip.
That is a good tip. Maintain digital media literacy to recognize and build resilience to false and harmful narratives.
Trust the government.
Trust the government.
That's what that says.
Make note of your surroundings and the nearest security personnel.
That's also good. That's just situational awareness. Yeah, that's always a good fucking note.
Government agencies, here we go, will provide details about emerging threats as information is identified. So they're going to tell you what to think.
Well, they're going to tell you who to be afraid of.
Yeah.
More importantly than what to think.
The public is encouraged to listen to local authorities and public safety officials.
See, now we have, in this last bullet point, we have our line of defense. Now, we saw it with a lot of people over the course of the summer last year, winter and spring of this year, local sheriffs standing up to state governments and telling the governments, like, hey, you know what? Fuck you. You're not shutting down the businesses in my community. You're not mandating shit in my community. This is America. People have liberty here. Sheriffs, with their immense power, are one of the only hopes that we have left in this country to prevent violent conflict, in my opinion.
Yep.
So when you're voting this fall in November for local elections, when you're voting next year in midterm elections, make sure you're paying attention to the kind of men and women you're electing to be sheriffs of your fucking counties around the country. Make sure you're paying attention to your city council.
Sheriff is way more important than the fucking mayor.
Way more important than the mayor, for sure.
For sure.
Sheriffs and governors are more important than any other elected official in this country right now.
For sure.
And we're seeing that in Florida. We're seeing it here. We're seeing it in Tennessee, where even in Tennessee, the governor's like, I'm not going to tell the school boards not to mandate masks, but if a parent says their kid's not wearing one, then they're not wearing one. Yep. It's the parent's job to take care of that child, not the goddamn government.
Exactly.
Right?
And that's just because you want your kid to wear it, doesn't mean my fucking kid has to.
Right. Exactly. So the reality of the situation is this. Domestic terrorism is much more complicated than what they're making it out to be. It is people who get radicalized from foreign sources like Inspire and Al-Qaeda, Inspire, which is Al-Qaeda's publication, ISIS, and things like that. People who have deep anti-government sentiment that existed long before any of this COVID stuff. Stop trying to conflate those things. Yeah. It's not the same thing.
Just because you want to sell more vaccines doesn't mean that you need to.
Yeah, like every time there's a protest, you should expect about 20% of the crowd to be a bunch of fucking dumb retards, or even just local homeless people looking for something to do.
Yeah.
Mentally ill people show up to political rallies at a greater rate than any other group of people. I've worked in politics. Believe me, I know this is true.
Yeah, I mean, look at Democrats.
Well, look at, I mean, it's Republicans too. Come on, man.
But either way, they're both fucked up.
For sure, yeah. So this continued press from South and Central American illegal immigrants, many of whom are affiliated with cartels, is a real problem, right? That's going to create terrorism issues in here, because you're going to tell me that drug cartels are not terrorists? They cut people's heads off. In Colombia, do you know how many not heads of state, but you know how many fucking judges and politicians were murdered during the drug wars down there? You fucking kidding me? Like, it's nothing compared to what we see here in this country.
I mean, look at Juarez.
Nothing compared. And now, as I said before, CBP is reporting that they encountered 703 Russians illegally trying to enter the U.S. in July alone.
That's nuts.
Now we're going to see a massive influx of Afghan immigrants, many of whom worked with the U.S., but so did the Afghan army. And they turned coat as soon as we fucking left.
Yeah.
There's no process for this shit. There's no process to determine whether some dude that was part of the Afghan military is now somehow pro-West and pro-American. Man, these people have been attacking us for years. I'm not saying there aren't quite a few people that did work with us wholeheartedly and that continue to. We at Black Rifle brought a number of them over. As a matter of fact, if you're wearing a Black Rifle t-shirt right now, there's about an 85% chance that it was made by an Afghan Special Forces commando. A lot of people don't know that.
Yep.
Go watch the It's Who We Are and Wally Taslim, and you'll see about that. There's a lot of stuff going on here. But what they're trying to do right now is propagandize you into believing that they have the answers, that they have the universal truth, and that anybody that speaks against them, not only are they wrong, right, but they're fucking evil. They're terrorists.
Let me ask you something.
If they disagree with the government. Motherfucker.
The government is trying to position itself like something else. What else tells you how you should live? If you don't live this way or you don't believe this way, you're wrong and you're going to hell.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy?
Well, it's not surprising, though. I mean,
it's not. But
a lot of people have said that science. This is a pretty common phrase. I'm paraphrasing, obviously.
Science will out.
No. Science is a discussion on what the universe is, and religion and philosophy are discussions on what the universe ought to be, right? Yeah. So science thinks about human nature. Religion and philosophy think about, what is that noise? It's not that. Anyways, religion and philosophy discuss what should be, like how human beings should act. Not how they do, but how they should. We're making all these rules based on how human beings should be. That is very naive, right? To not even consider how human beings are, or how the universe is, or how economics work, right? Everything should be equal. It's not. It never has been. Why would it be?
It never fucking will
right?
be.
But we can set up a system where we hold people who intentionally negatively affect equality accountable. We can absolutely do that. That is a solution to that problem. No solution is perfect. No solution is going to work for everything.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what will never work, and that is the goddamn government colluding with private industry, corporatism, and colluding with social media, propagandizing, right? That all only leads in one direction, and that is an authoritarian government.
Yep.
Because they think they're better and smarter than you. So they should tell you how to live your fucking life. Well, I got some news for you, motherfucker.
Won't happen.
There's a rifle behind every blade of grass in this country. And that shit's not going down here. Not one fucking prayer. So you can take this bulletin and shove it up your fat fucking ass.
And guess where we'll see you?
See you in hell.